What's up everybody, Christian James here. Today's video, UFC 300 picks and predictions. Let's go. So this coming Saturday from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas is UFC's 300th pay-per-view. And it is showing to be the most stacked fight card in UFC history. From top to bottom, beginning to end, it is the greatest card ever. So without further ado, let's get right into the fights. Let's get right into the main event. So the main event, we got Jamahal Hill at 12-1 versus Alex Pereira, if I'm not mistaken, at 9-2. Jamahal Hill has one loss due to, well, it should have been due to a dislocated elbow, but the referee didn't notice it, and then he, I think, lost due to strikes. And then you have Alex Pereira, who has lost one fight in UFC to Izzy, and then one fight outside the UFC to God knows who. Who's going to win this fight? Well, it's pretty simple. Jamahal Hill is coming off a torn Achilles. The torn Achilles is what connects your ankle to your calf muscle. Alex Pereira is known for throwing some of the sneakiest calf kicks in UFC history. So Jamal is going to have to get in, and he's going to have to get over the mental block of when that foot hits his calf. Is it going to snap? What's going to happen? So I believe for Jamal, that's going to be the biggest mental block in the fight. Now, Pereira, similar to Jamal, can put either one of their lights out immediately. When Jamahal Hill knocked out Johnny Walker with a punch to the forehead, Johnny Walker comes in at 6'5", you know he's got power. What he did to Glover's face, and Glover had a hell of a fight with Jiri Prochazka, you know what kind of power Jamal has. I'm going with Alex. Alex is more well-rounded. He has power, but he's not coming off a severe injury. And again, Alex's main kick to the calf is going to affect Jamahal Hill's movement and how much can that surgically repaired calf take. He wasn't out that long. And again, look, he's not a guy known for being in great shape. So the question is, how much did he spend rehabbing the injury? And I know he went to the same place that Aaron Rodgers went. But Aaron Rodgers and Jamahal Hill are not the same type of athlete. So I got Pereira. Hell, I could be wrong. All right, what we got next? Next, we got Weili versus Xiaonan. I probably said her name wrong. I'm going with Weili. She got power, she got strength, she got experience. She's just a better overall fighter. Now, this is China versus China, and again, anything can happen. I'm sure they know each other well. I'm sure they're familiar with each other from back home. Hell, they've probably been training partners in the past. But I'm going with Weili. There's no reason why Weili cannot come away with this fight. But again, if you disrupt her patterns, if you catch her coming in when she's being overly aggressive, yeah, anybody gets slapped. But I'm going with Weili. Okay, the people's main event. Justin, the human highlight reel Gaethje versus Max, daddest man on the planet, Holloway. I got Max, people. I don't know why. Justin Gaethje going to attack with leg kicks. Max is going to try to keep him in range. They're both 5'11". Justin obviously has more power, but Max, last time he fought at 155 was 5 years ago. So Max was like 26 years old, 25 years old. He wasn't into the man status he is now. I got to go with Max. Max is good at rhythm. Max is good at keeping people off beat. Justin, we know his combinations. It's straight uppercut. He doesn't wrestle. He's going to go for the calf kick. And I think Max has the experience, the knowledge, and the fact that people are counting out Max a little bit. Max has all the skills in the world. The question is he strong enough, and can he get his leg out of the goddamn way before Justin kicks it off? I'm going Max all the way, but I believe that is the fight to watch. If you're not an MMA fan and you're not sure, like, I don't know if I'm going to like this, you're going to like that fight. Okay, what we got next, people? Next, we got Charles Du Bronx Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. A lot of people counting on Charles. The odd makers are counting on Charles. I'm going with Charles. He fights like a man possessed. That bell rings and it's go time. There's no, I'm going to feel you out. No, I'm going to attack you. If you bring me to the ground, I'm going to submit you. If you stay on your feet, I'm going to punch you in the face. And like Justin Gaethje said, he hit me so hard, I felt it in my tongue. You got to go with the guy with the experience. You got to go with the guy who has one loss in his last like 15 fights. Yeah, Arman Tsarukyan. He took Islam to a split decision on his short notice fight with Islam 6 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever it was. They're both very good. So you have a well-rounded guy versus a very good wrestler. I got to go with Charles. I don't see any reason Charles should lose. We're going to the ground. Charles is very good on the ground. He's got like 20 submissions in UFC history, most ever. Stay on the feet, and he's got power. So it's going to be another great fight, but I got to go with Charles. I think Charles overall has the experience, has the well-roundedness, and he just fights like he's got something to prove. Okay, now the one that should not be on here is Mr. Bo Nickal versus Cody Brundage. So we got a 5-0 Bo Nickal, who's never fought anybody. Last guy he fought was a last-minute replacement from outside the UFC, versus Cody Brundage, who's 10-5 in the UFC. So he's 2-1 pretty much if you bring down the math. I don't really give a shit who wins. Bo Nickal's probably going to win. He's probably going to wrestle fuck him into oblivion. It's not going to be nearly as entertaining as people think it should be, and it should not be on the main card. Because the fight I'm about to get to, which is the last fight on the early prelims, should be on the main card. Since the guy who, in that fight, he headlined a pay-per-view fucking 5 pay-per-views ago. Okay, let's get down to it. So now, we're going to go to the prelims. The prelims, we got Jiri Prochazka versus Aleksandar Rakic. 14-3 versus 29-4-1. I'm going with Jiri. He's unorthodox, he's wild, he's strong, he doesn't care about getting into the fire. Rakic is coming off of a long layoff, a big injury if I'm not mistaken to his knee or whatever it was. So we're going to see how the fight goes. But this fight should definitely switch with Bo Nickal and Cody Brundage. But I'm going with Jiri. Jiri's wild, Jiri's unpredictable. Do you guys remember what he did to Dominic Reyes? He hit him with an elbow, he just turned around him with another elbow. That's not even a combination that you work on in training. That's just him being him. Okay. Next, Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. The Funk Master versus the guy who got punched in the face by Max Holloway. I'm going the Funk Master. He's big, he's strong, he's former champion. Calvin Kattar, again, has had a long layoff. He said like 18 months. So I believe Aljamain Sterling going to do what he does. Take him down, backpack him, choke him out. Again, another former fighter, former champion on the prelims. So that tells you 2 things. They really like Bo Nickal, and this is the greatest fight card ever. Okay. Now we have the first and only, I think, women's fight on the entire card, or on the prelims at least. Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison, formerly of the PFL, is 16-1. She lost to that woman in the third consecutive final against her in the PFL $1 million tournament. Again, Holm, who's 15-6 and is best known for knocking out Ronda Rousey and ending her run. Kayla Harrison, younger, stronger, more to prove. But again, she's never fought anybody Holm status. She has to, and here's a big problem. She's been down to 145. She has to now be down to 155. Because she used to, be down to 135 bantamweight. She used to fight at 155. How is her body going to respond to the extra weight cut? I don't know. I think Holly, if she keeps her at bay, because Kayla Harrison has nothing for her on the feet. If Holly keeps her at bay and peppers her with shots, Holly can take this home. It's only 3 rounds. But if Kayla can find a way and get aggressive and bring her down, well, she's an Olympic judo medalist. She's probably going to win the fight. I'm going to go with Kayla, but don't count on Holly. Okay. We got Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopes. There you go. The other unranked fight on here with 2 guys that are not ranked as far as I know. That's the opening fight on the prelims. Diego Lopes, 23-6 versus Sodiq Yusuff, 13-3. Sodiq had a lot of hype coming in. He's kind of stalled on his hype. He seems to not really get better. He kind of just stay the same. I'm going with Lopes. I don't really care about this fight, but I'm going with Lopes. He's young. He's hungry. He's well-rounded. He's got everything he needs to win this fight. Look, this is anybody can win, but I'm going Lopes. Okay, and we're going to go with the early prelims. Okay, the early prelims, we got Jalin Turner versus Renato Moicano. So my bad, 3 unranked fights on here. Jalin's 6'3". I'm 6'3", but I weigh 250. Jalin is like 155 on weigh-in. I maybe like 175. Long, rangy, all that stuff. But he has no leg muscle to absorb any of the shots. Moicano has been on a roll. He really feels himself these days. Money Moicano. He says he's going in there to get the bonus. They're going to fight. They're going to have a hell of a fight. It's going to be a reach. That's going to be the biggest thing for Jalin Turner. He's so long. He's so tall. And he understands how to fight people at length because he's so tall and how to use that range. He can walk away with it. Moicano has everything he needs to win this fight. But again, there's no reason Jalin Turner can, especially with the reach event he has. So I'm going to go with Jalin Turner. Okay. Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. I'm going with Andrade. She's like a little tank. Just gets in there. You know what I mean? Just muscles her way in. Remember when she spiked Rose in her head like with a friggin' pile driver? I'm going with Jessica Andrade. I think she's going to go in there like Stormy Norman and just take her head off. Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. Jim, who was on 100, 200, and UFC 300. Let's go, Jim Miller. Versus Bobby King Green. I don't give a shit who wins. I'm just excited to see this fight. I like to see Jim Miller win, to be honest, but I like to also see Bobby Green win. Bobby Green got a hell of a start. Jim Miller has been around forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen in this fight. They're going to fight. It's going to be very simple. It's going to be strikes on strikes on strikes. It's going to be very, very simple what's going to happen. So, I'm going with my man, Jim Miller. Why not? Let's go. 100, 200, 300, Jim Miller. And the very opening fight on the entire card, Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. Well, Cody, in the pre-fight press conference, said he's been dealing with a sports psychologist for the last 2 years because he's got all the skill. But the problem is with Cody, he's always going in there like he's trying to finish the fight on the first shot. He has speed, he has power, he knows how to fight, he can do it. It's just up here. Does he fight right, or does he fight like it's still grade 3 on the back of the schoolyard? He beat Dominic Cruz. That says a lot about how good he is and how good he was. But the question is he as good as he once was? And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it on the feet. UFC 300 coming this weekend. Let me know who you got, who you don't got, who you betting on. My parlay, and this is what I want to get at. Here's my parlay, okay? I'm putting $5 on this. Cody Brundage and Holm are the biggest underdogs in this fight. I'm putting $5 on the parlay. If they win for $5, they probably win 2,000 or something. I'll show you what it is here. Bodog.com. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what the hell I already said. And I'm pretty sure I said this to you guys once, so I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm out.